No.
Don, you got such momentum last night from the PK. You're 6th in the league at home in the PK and 24th on the road. Is there something to that? Is that some of the momentum the crowd gets into it, or is there anything to that? It's such a wide disparity for a whole season.
I don't know. You'd have to search, and when you'd search, you wouldn't know definitively if there is. So it's you know, it's a continual work in progress on the penalty kill. I don't know personnel changes home and road where we had injuries or not, or different situations as they presented. But I know when we're, you know, when Greenway's going and Tuck's going, Benson's become a better penalty killer. Cousins has become a much better penalty killer. So, you know, there's been so many different dynamics involved in that you know, we're missing Samuelson now, who's you know, probably our #1 penalty killer on the back end. So with all those fluctuations, I couldn't give you a definitive answer.
You had some of those names pretty consistent on the PK for a while. How much, especially, was Clifton a key factor last night, especially 5-on-3?
He's another guy that's gotten better as he's gotten more comfortable. You know, we saw, you know, him. We've seen him through the season progress. I mean, he's had a steady progression through the season. Struggled early, had that suspension, struggled quite a bit after that, was a bit cautious in his play. Obviously a new team, a new contract, a new situation in life, and I think he's gone through adjustments and positively, step by step, day by day, and you know, he's playing his best hockey continually. So he's a big part of it right now, especially without Samuelson.
I know that Darlene and Power had some bad luck with those bounces early in the game. How do you feel like they really played together last night?
You know, I thought our defensive 6 guys were key to our team last night. You know, they moved pucks through the neutral zone. They pushed team we were playing back quite a bit. So yeah, they were key, and they were decisive in the back end. They closed quicker than, you know, we were frustrated a couple nights prior, and you know, they were better in that regard.
I know when Bo got here, you mentioned you kind of wanted to limit how much you coached him and just let him play. How have you found a balance with that as it's gone on, just finding opportunities to give him a little more?
You know, you're looking for opportunities to coach and not overcoach, so you don't want to pull him out of it too much. It's obviously a big change. He's a young guy. It's his first time with a different team in a different environment. And there's not many teams in the league that play man-on-man anymore, but he's coming from a man-on-man system, and that's a big adjustment. I think he's done a great job with it. And so you're every day you have opportunities to coach, and we do with him, but you keep in mind, you know, you don't want him playing too conscious. He's a pretty talented guy, so there's a balance.
Have you given any more thought to naming another alternate captain?
Not recently. I think we've got there's too much urgency in front of us, and you know, I think Darlene and Gergensen have done a great job, and others around him. And you saw the way, obviously, you know, Tuck is going to step up, and he has, and Thompson had a night like he did last night. There's guys that are, you know, are being way more assertive and vocal on the bench, and that's nice to see.
When it comes to the choice to play Luukkonen tonight and Levi last night instead of maybe the other way around, does the maybe just recent struggles that Luukkonen's had lately play into that, just giving him an extra breather, or no?
Totally. I mean, that was the decision. Really came down to that. Give him a moment to breathe. He's had a couple nights where, you know, he looked a little bit drained. He didn't look like himself. So, you know, the numbers and performance looked the other way. But, you know, and you look at that. Obviously, you consider all factors, but, you know, the #1 factor being mentally fresh, physically fresh. That trumps everything in this business. I think every team will tell you that. And when you have Devin, you know, fresher at that point, and you can give Upi another day off or day to recalibrate and reset, that was you know, the simple choice.
Second half of the season, you guys have had a pretty good record. You're right there with some of the teams that are sitting in playoff spots. When you look macro at this team, what's the belief level that this is the group that can get it done, whether they make the playoffs or just play in important games this year? What's your belief in this group?
my belief in the group. The group, I mean, obviously it's, there's lots of new coming at the group and lots of new stressors, and I think they've dealt with it and learned from it and gained experience from it. So the direction they're going is good, and that's what you want.
Thanks.